And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So excited to be here today again with Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. How are you, my love?
Hi, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to everybody. It's a little cloudy and rainy here today, so I've had to turn all the lights on in here that I could so I didn't look like I was in a dungeon. How are you? How are you? How's things? How was Modern Nurse Fest? Oh my
It
gosh.
was amazing. I love it. I love it. It was my son's
Oh,
birthday, so I couldn't stay the entire day there. But I went coming in and out um, constantly. The session was very good. Actually, I like it. I've done a little experiment. We may talk about a little bit later on, but yes, I really enjoyed it. Emily was amazing. So.
awesome. Awesome. I
Yeah.
really loved my experience with them as well when I went to Orlando. It's such a great experience. It's such a new space for nurses and entrepreneurs and coaches. And there's just, so much more out there besides the bedside.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And I think that the in-person event will be better, but the online was very lovely too. I mean, people were so interactive and ready to learn, interested, curious. So it was good. I love it.
that's awesome because curiosity, that's the biggest thing, right? That
We
is the
need.
biggest thing. It's like, oh my goodness, tell me more. Tell me more. What do I
Tell
need
me
to know
more.
to do this?
So let me check if we are live. Yes, we are
Yeah.
live on LinkedIn, and let me check. So you made few posts. You made many posts, but in the past few days, you talk about emotional space.
Mhm.
That is so much needed um, in nursing at the moment, and that among nurses, we are the first that we don't hold emotional space for others, for our colleagues. I mean, so I would like that you read your post
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of
first
course.
of all, and then maybe decide. I mean, let's see the engagement, but we can go with the disclaimer and then start our conversation today.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. All right, let me
And
get
I will
started.
check all the platforms we are live.
Okay, so
Yes,
let's
Mama.
start this party here. So, can you just listen? I think that question sits underneath far more people than we realize, especially in healthcare. A profession filled with people trained to assess, to intervene, redirect, stabilize, educate, solve, and keep moving no matter what they're carrying internally. Meanwhile, some moments need something entirely different: silence, gentleness, human connection, someone emotionally steady enough to sit beside pain without trying to turn it into a lesson, a strategy, diagnosis, or motivational speech 5 seconds later. I hear you. That sounds heavy. I'm here. Do you know how rare it is to fully land somewhere emotionally without feeling rushed through your own humanity? People remember that feeling because deep listening has become incredibly rare in a world obsessed with fixing people instead of understanding them. And maybe that is the part of why so many nurses are exhausted in way words barely touch. I was never too much. I was carrying too much. Grief that never had a place to go. Patient loads no human being could sustainably hold. Unspoken expectations woven so deeply into the culture they started to feel normal. Moments where your instincts were right, but the hierarchy trained you to question yourself anyway. That changes people. The silence stops feeling safe. Shrinking stops feeling acceptable. Performing stops feeling sustainable. And suddenly, you begin seeing healthcare differently. You start recognizing how many nurses disconnected from themselves simply trying to survive systems that depended on their overfunctioning. Smile through it, push through it, stay professional, carry more, need less. Meanwhile, nurses are holding entire systems together with emotional labor that nobody measures. Talking terrified families through devastating moments, catching changes before machines do, absorbing trauma repeatedly, while somehow you are expected to walk away untouched. Then the second someone finally says, "This is hurting me," the conversation immediately shifts towards burnout, resilience, mindfulness, self-care, stress management, rarely toward the deeper question: what happens to a human being after years of carrying emotional, psychological, and operational pressure no nervous system was ever designed to hold indefinitely? That is the conversation Dina and I are having today in the Hierarchy Betrayal. This is not a surface level inspiration. This is identity work. Because once nurses reconnect to who they actually are underneath the conditioning, everything shifts. Voices strengthen, boundaries sharpen, leadership evolves, and tolerance for dysfunction disappears. And honestly, this is the moment systems become uncomfortable. A nurse connected to their worth becomes very difficult to manipulate through fear, guilt, hierarchy, intimidation, and even silence. You can feel that shift happening across healthcare already. People are waking up, questioning more, accepting less, remembering their value, and realizing survival was never the same thing as fulfillment. So, if something inside you has been whispering, there has to be more than this. Bring your truth, your perspective, and the version of yourself healthcare tried to convince you was too much. Maybe they were never the problem. Maybe they were simply carrying what nobody else was willing to acknowledge. Welcome to the Hierarchy Betrayal.
Welcome, welcome. We already have so many people here. Thank you. I think this is a very important topic we have to talk about today. And we really wanted to keep this space today only for us. We really have amazing guests, and we'll have more, but we wanted to have some space for us to pause, to be only me and you. I just talk with the audience, but we decided to have this little space for us to pause a little bit, reflect on the previous episode, which have been amazing guests, amazing conversation, amazing engagement, lots of views. And the important thing is that half of the views were from leadership position, especially we can track on LinkedIn. And so this is very important, I believe, because they are listening. And it's important that we have this conversation to make them realize that nursing is changing. There is both an evolution and a revolution in nursing. What I see, at least this is my perspective. And I really want that we pause and we reflect, as we both are coaches. You're a leadership coach. I'm a career coach, leadership coach as well. And so it's important that we have this reflective space today, but also opening to all of the people that want to participate, right? So,
Absolutely.
what do you think? I'm going with a disclaimer in a minute, but yeah, what do you think?
Absolutely. I think these conversations, again, being the third season and 16th episode today, we have
Yes.
so much to reflect on. I mean, there's so much that has come to light, and I'm so honored and humbled that, all of our guests have come on, they've shared their stories, and a lot of the conversations that we've had have been really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, look at what it's doing. Look at the light that it's bringing, into this space, and for others to find their voice and to know that they're not alone in this. There's so many of us out here, across oceans, across borders, and it's really a pleasure to do this with you, Dina. So I welcome all the comments. I welcome the conversation. I welcome curiosity. Let's be curious today, people. Let's be curious. Bring your questions. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the silence. Let's talk about opening up. But again, let's talk about listening and being active listeners. And that is something I think we tend, like I said in my post, we are so quick to fix things. We're fixers. We're nurturers. It's our nature. but sometimes we just need to pause. You just have to have that pause and just give someone else that space to truly just talk to you and for you just to really listen. And I find that in my coaching that I have so many people that reach out and honestly, they just wanted someone to listen to them, and they're so grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I love watching you. I love listening to you. I love seeing your posts, and they're so inspiring. And you encouraged me. You gave me the courage to do something I wouldn't have done, or I wouldn't have tried this. And that, I think, for both of us, I think is why we're here. Is why we're here. We just want to help others, and again, to be the difference that we want to see. We want to see changes. We want to see healthcare get better, and we want to support all of those coming along with us. So if we can do it, we're going to do it. Hell to the yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to add this little piece of mine. So I volunteered for the Italian Red Cross for more than 12 years. And then when I moved abroad, I started helping nurses for free. I mean, I still do it, but now build a business around. That's not that the point. The point is that help that space, listen to people, motivate people, recognize the value that those people have. See the transformation just because you listen and you show to these people their worth. It's like is priceless, and so it really make me feel better. So I do, and I know you do, because we love do it. We love see people shine, and so yes, let's go
Yes.
with the disclaimer. Yeah,
All right. Roll it.
enjoy, people, enjoy.
Disclaimer: the Hierarchy Betrayal podcast. Warning: unfiltered, unscripted, unapologetic. This podcast is brought to you by two nurses who've had enough of the BS. We're talking about the real healthcare system, the one that exploits nurses, commodifies patients, and protects profit over people. What to expect? Zero scripts, just raw, honest conversation. F-bombs, probably more than a few. We're passionate, not polished. Uncomfortable truths. If you're a manager who's complicit in the hierarchy betrayal, this content may cause discomfort, embarrassment, or a sudden urge to defend the indefensible. Not suitable for sensitive managers allergic to accountability, anyone invested in maintaining the status quo, those who prefer their healthcare conversations sanitized and corporate approved. Suitable for nurses tired of being used and abused, healthcare workers ready to call out the mafia, anyone who believes patients deserve better than a system designed for profit. If you're here, you're ready for the truth. Welcome to the Hierarchy Betrayal.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. I love the disclaimer.
It's really become a show reel, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. So let's dive in, Mama. Let's dive in.
There we go. So can you talk more about this post that you wrote? I know it's come from so many years of living it and listened and watching it, but if there are any specific point or any specific event that drew you to write it?
Oh, certainly. I think that when I was writing it, I was like, you know what? Sometimes I wish that I could just say to somebody, "Can you just listen to me? Can you just listen? I just need somebody to talk to. I just need someone to just sit with me and let me vent. Just let me vent. Just let me get it all out there. I'm not asking for you to reassure me. I'm not asking for you to console me. I'm not asking for you to fix me. I have a lot I'm carrying, and I just need somebody to talk to, and I just want somebody to listen, and I think too that everything that I went through with COVID and all of the trying to just get, care and access to care and being treated like a human being during that time was very difficult. And, being ER visit after ER visit and doctor after doctor no one listened to me, and I just felt when I was writing that post, I just thought, God, I'm the nurse. I have the tools. I know the vocabulary. I understand the language. How does someone who doesn't know any of that navigate that system? And then again, that's where I'm like, oh my God, we can do so much better as a profession, as systems. We can do so much better because the people are the business. Without the people, there is no business.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think too that it's just honestly, people know when something's not right. People know when something's wrong and they're coming to you, especially people that are not in the medical field. They're coming to you, they're trusting you, they're saying basically, save me. I don't understand. Please explain this to me. This is what's happening to me. Please just listen to me. And I just think that so many times we just don't. We're so pushed with tasks and click boxes and da 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 da. The patient may not even be in front of us, so we don't even have that face-to-face conversation with them. They may be sitting next to us. We just did their vitals, and now they're sitting next to us, and they're just watching us. They're just watching, and they feel that. They walk away, and I myself included, walked away feeling like I wasn't seen. Nobody was seeing me. I was just a number. I was just, a copay. Here you go. So, and again, in writing that post, it was, I just feel that there's so many people out there that just want somebody to listen to them. Just take the time and just listen to me. And I feel too that all of these conversations that we have, Dina, is that so many people are listening. So many people are, tuning in to listen. And I love that. I love that. And it just gives me the hope that the things that we're doing, the things that we're talking about, these conversations will change healthcare. Maybe someone will take something away from it and go out and make a difference in their role and support patients, support families, and support each other. Because I think that's the biggest thing too, is look how bad bullying is. Look how bad we beat down one another all the time. And you hear it story after story, post after post. And that's where I get so frustrated too, because I just feel like people are just nodding their head. Oh, I agree. Yep. Yep. Okay, but what are we doing?
Yeah, it is so common. It's so common. It's really a global problem. But the problem is that people are just trying to put their hand in the sand because they don't know how to fix it. It's so big that people don't know how to get out of it. It's a broken system, so people say, okay, there's nothing we can do. But actually, you can even maybe it takes some time, but yeah, you can change a broken. You can repair a broken
Right.
system.
And I think people just get so tired of fighting. They're just like,
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm done
that's
fighting the
true.
system. I'm done. I'm not getting any help. I'm not getting any guidance here. I'm not getting any answers. And my mom is going through a crisis right now, and it's just
Sorry.
she keeps falling through the cracks, and she has stage 4 kidney disease. And the next steps are, and the specialist is 4 months out. She's on a cancellation list. She's just waiting, hoping that someone cancels so she can get in and be seen. And that's such a broken system. It's so broken.
And it's in UK, yes, the same. I mean, we got 10 minutes consultation in the general practice, and you can't go to any specialist if you don't go to the general practice yet. And because they've got 10 minutes, and this is what drove me crazy, you got only 10 minutes to talk about one thing. And we know that the body is all connected, so you cannot talk about one single symptom and understand what is going on. There are people there, all of the healthcare professionals are aware about this. And what is break my heart is that working as a clinical nurse specialist for chronic pain, one of the things that I help my client and my patient is to build the self-advocacy. So then when they have to confront their GP, they know which question ask, how to reply, and be firm in their need to be seen and listened. And this is very heartbroken. So now, why? Because all of us healthcare professionals know about this time constraint and that we have only that amount of time for care. But there are GPs, nurses, or any other professional that they just say, well, we got only 10 minutes, so it's better that you tell me this. Completely emotionally detached from the patient, and also they're completely emotional detached from their colleagues. And this is very heartbreaking for me.
Yeah, I think so many people are numb to it. You've been in it. Maybe you've been in it for so long and you've just seen this over and over again that you're just, you feel it when they come in the room. You feel that. And I think it's no different in nursing and coaching people. Like you just said, I have this, and this, and I just need help navigating it. I just need answers. So it's like, how the hell do you just pick one? How do you just pick one thing, and try to feel seen in that? I don't know about you, but I can't tell you how many times I had a head full of questions. I had even notes, written down to go into an appointment, and they start talking and it's like, I totally forgot everything I was going to say. Totally. It's like, okay. And I wonder if it's that rushing us, if it's rushing the patient, if it's just that rushed feeling that, oh God, I know you only have 5 minutes and you're trying to dump all of that in 5 minutes. And I think it's the same thing with us coaching. People are coming to us with so many things that they don't even know where to start with a lot of times. Exactly. That's why I always recommend people to journal. Write it down. Write your story down. Start taking notes just for yourself. Yeah. Read them back. Back, because a lot of times I've had so many people be like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize how mad I was. I didn't realize how much anger I was carrying." But maybe I wasn't. I was so busy looking out. I wasn't looking in. And I think that's the thing. We need to recenter sometimes. Sometimes we need to just slow down and breathe and bring it back to ourselves, because we are responsible. We are all responsible for our actions and accountability and holding each other accountable. So I think that too is one thing that gets put to the wayside as well, is that we never think of, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem,
Yeah, exactly. So, and exactly, this is why these episodes today, we wanted to pause, not because we don't want guests, but because we have so many amazing guests that we want to understand what we've done so far and reflect on the conversation that we've got. But I've got a few comments. I would like to thank you, Mo. Thank you.
So Uma says, "Oh, I think I am the first to join. Yippee! Good morning. Yippee! I love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mercy. And hi there. Thank you for presenting. Of course, we love being here on Sunday mornings. I don't have my coffee this morning, so I may be a little dragging. No. I know I didn't have coffee this morning. I didn't have anybody say, "Your Highness, here's your coffee." I didn't have anybody bring that to my bed today.
I would like to, but I'm too far. I'm sorry.
Patricia says, "This is what I propose in my compassion renewal framework. My pods of honesty, a safe, non-judgmental place to share. So necessary." Yes, Patricia, what you're doing and what you've been doing is phenomenal, and it's so needed. And I love her wisdom all the time. Patricia always brings something. And if you've not had the opportunity to catch her on Mondays with Mark Carter and the Nurse Collective, I highly recommend catching her on Mondays. She brings so much, and I don't want to say it out loud, but 60 years, I think she has, of nursing experience and wisdom, and globally, she's definitely the guru and the nurse elder for sure. High five to Patricia Temple. High five.
Thank you for joining us. And well, actually, I have to catch up with so many posts from Patricia, for Victoria, from you as well. I have so busy.
You've been busy, girl. You've been busy. It's
My
okay.
God. Yes, but the what I love about networking and engaging with people, with amazing people like you, Victoria, Patricia, Mark, is that I'm interested in people, right? I'm interested to understand their story, their idea, their thought process, because I think if I am interested in them, I can grow. And I also can help better because I'm that if I learn from others, I understand emotion and things. And so when I am not able to stay on time with others, it's like I lose my connection. So yeah, I need to catch up. Thank you,
Yeah,
Patricia.
there's obviously been so much going on LinkedIn and, and social media. And I am so bad with other, I love her, with social media. My platform is mostly LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I'll,
me
I'll
too.
pop in and out of Facebook and Instagram and TikTok every now and then, but I find that my tribe is here. And I love the platform. I love the voices, the friends, the connections that I've made, because I don't feel that people are just a number. If you connect
Yeah,
with me or I connect with you, it's internal for me. You mean something to me. And I mean, we fell into each other's DMs. Oh my God, this is so long ago. And look at us now. So the connections that you make truly, I think, are long lasting, and we're all here to support one another, to help one another, to guide one another, answer questions, help with pivoting, help with directing. And we all learn. We're all learning. I learn something from people all the time. I pay attention to the other nurse coaches and what other people are doing. And I like to pick other people's brains. Tell me, how did you solve this? Or how can I do this better? Or like you, if someone reaches out to me and, they're looking at moving internationally, or they're, doing something that's outside of my scope or outside of my expertise, I send them to you, and other coaches and other connections. If I don't know, I don't know. And I'm not going to pretend that I
exactly.
do. So that's where we're all supporting each other. That's where we're all connecting with one another. And that's where all of these amazing guests and episodes have come from, is from these amazing connections and seeing other people's stories and learning from other people. So I think it's a win-win.
Exactly, absolutely it is. And I want to reflect. We talk about silence a lot in this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I want to connect to coaching as well. Why coaching is so important, though. We talk about silence a lot. And in the past episode, we talk about um, 8 that become bullying, that become reporting, that become fit to practice, that become mental health, that become isolation, that become drop nursing or ending up a very low career perspective. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a domino that's
Oh yeah.
starting from silence, from this this space of loneliness where we are so busy, so numbed because more we don't have enough time, that we have to become the emotional detached. And when we become so time, we don't have enough time to care as we wanted, right? So because of this, we just tick box, and because of this, we become emotionally numb, right? We have to detach, sorry, emotional detach. And then because we do emotional detachment over and over and over again, we become emotionally numbed. And because we become emotionally numb, then we don't care to our colleagues, just because maybe we need to protect ourselves. And so to protect ourselves, then we're not just numb anymore, we start to hate others. So if you don't do what I want to do, I'm going to report you, or I'm going to bully you. I do everything I can to make sure that then the next time you do what I say to do. And then this become bullying, and then this become reporting, even if there's not any mistake done, just because someone hates you. And then fit to practice, and then all the emotional roller coaster of the fit to practice. And those who go through fit to practice, they really experience a terrible mental health journey. And we saw the number in UK, 3 nurses each year. I want to say the word aloud. They kill themselves because of what they're going through. And so this is what happened to them. But this is showcase publicly. So all the other nurses who watch, they see that someone, just because speak up or do the right things, is being punished in this way. So that emotional detachment become fears, and basically they fuel this silence that become more and more loud, if you can say that. So we talk about fit to practice, bullying that also bring to report and fit to practice. And then we talk about the mental roller coaster that is fit to practice. Should we talk about mental roller coaster or mental?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That
that
you
roller
got me.
coaster.
You understand what I'm going to do?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yes. That roller coaster, that fear of, someone's reported me, that fear of judgment, that fear of, well, now what happens? Or I don't even have the chance to defend myself. And the silence, after you've been bullied, you've been beat down, you've been humiliated, how many times? What do we see people do? They shrink. They shrink. They stop caring. They just show up, but they never fully check in. They're always fully checked out. They come in, they do their job, they go home. It's not rewarding anymore.
Yeah.
It's not fulfilling anymore. And 9 times out of 10, they're looking for another job. They're looking at positions. They're applying to positions. They're rewriting their resume. They're looking for help. And a lot of times that help comes too late. That help comes too late because they're too afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
And they're afraid that no one's going to listen to them. And we've heard that over and over through all of these episodes, the silence, and that nobody's really listening. And who do I talk to? How do I talk about this? How do I bring this to somebody's attention without being labeled something, whatever they want to label you? I think that's probably one of the toughest conversations that we've had, is that mental health, emotional roller coaster ride that everyone seems to be on. Everyone is struggling, and we just have to, keep presenting these spaces and having these conversations where people feel they can reach out, that there are resources, that there is somebody to talk to, and you're never alone. You are never alone. And if we can save one nurse, we can save 1 million. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. I see Mark Young had posted a comment.
I wanted to bring up.
Mark. Yes. Thank you both for sharing your vibrations and words. I love him. And if you guys don't follow Mark, you got to follow Mark. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, a nurse is not simply a caregiver. A nurse is a keeper of rhythm in moments of chaos. Sometimes healing begins not with the treatment, but with the quiet presence of someone who stays. God, I say that all the time. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your presence. It's just being present and just being there, just holding that space. So thank you, Mark, for your presence here today. We appreciate you so very much, and your words of wisdom. Absolutely. He's so very philosophical, and he thinks in frequency and vibration and energy, and he's a ball of energy. So yeah, I highly recommend following Mark Young if you don't yet. So again, see, just like that, someone pops in. It's like, hey, I know him. Hey, if you guys don't know him, you need to get to know him and follow along. And he always has so much insight and wisdom. So yeah, again, it's these connections that keep us here, that bring these conversations that we do love having. And again, they're not always comfortable, but we're comfortable with having them because we're not afraid to have them.
Yeah,
And again, if
exactly.
it can
Yeah.
save someone, if it can, help guide somebody safely through something that's so traumatic or something that is just heavy, we're going to keep doing that. So I'm proud to have these conversations with you, Dina. So, and everybody that shows up. So thank you.
And me too. Thank you, because we both sharing they are committed to this. So
Yes, we love the profession. We absolutely
yeah,
love being nurses. We love the profession, and we know it can be better. We know we can save this profession. We might not be able to save it by the time you and I are dead and gone, but damn it, we're going to try. We're going to try.
we well, at least we try to put the seed on the right soil, and
Yes.
whether it the initial grow. So talking about this, so I've been yesterday at the Modern Nurse Fest, right? And I gave a general overview what is happening in nursing in the next 10 years, because I am an international educated nurse. I am an international career coach for nurses. So what I told them basically is, I feel responsible and for my clients. So to be able to provide the best result and guidance to my clients, what to do is I have the duty, the responsibility to look ahead at least of 10 years, right? Because how can I guide you to your career if I don't know what will happen in nursing in the next 10 years, right? So and I've done this since my very beginning as a career coach. Now, the thing is, AI strike in the past 2 years, right? And healthcare is changed so fast because AI. Not just that, but also climate change. So in the past 2 years, basically, a lot of billions have been invested globally, both in AI and climate change, right? So basically, what I told them yesterday, I told them was as quick as I could, because I made a program for this that last month, I think, sour, if you really want to know what's happening in healthcare in the next 10 years. But I tried to condense and tell them that there are three anchors in the next 10 years that will change the healthcare system and the nursing as we know, like it is now. So now we were talking about that, this is a broken system. We want to try to help having this conversation, etc. But I also think that how I can forecast it 10 years based on the three predictors: AI, climate change, and population shift. The baby boomers, which is the biggest age populations, become elderly, so there will be so much nursing care need. So in the next 2 years, the healthcare system will be destroyed and rebuilt. So I'm telling you this because I am actually confident that if we are able to have this conversation now, this very moment, then engage with other people, we actually are able to, the architect, where they draw the project before the constructor site start to build. So we are on an age. The health system is just going to crash because it's been built for the population needs of 40 years ago. So now it's not sustainable anymore. So and government, big pharma, World Health Organization, they know that this is not sustainable anymore. So this is why they are now investing billions in AI and climate change system structure to prevent the effect of climate change. So because of this, I believe that if we have this conversation together, right, and we gather as many experts, seasoned nurses as we got, to be coaches to the younger generation, I think we are actually able now in this very moment to create that design, that draft that can actually help in 2 years' time to rebuild, yes, healthcare system, but nursing specifically, because we are talking about nursing. What do you think? I'm too big
my God,
dreamer
no.
for this.
Oh, I love it. I love your passion. I totally agree. I think that we have the opportunity now to change the architecture, to change the infrastructure, because it's a design failure. We see that, conversation after conversation. It's a design failure, and we need people to redesign it. We need people to truly open their eyes and look at the big picture. And how many times have I said, if you are in a leadership position and if you are in the C-suite and you have not been wandering around your hospital or your clinic or your nursing home or your office, whatever, if you've not been getting out and listening and witnessing, be a witness to what's actually happening, to the conversations, to the interactions, to how people feel safe or they do not feel safe. You feel a vibe immediately. You know immediately that something is not right here. Something needs to change, and we need to have a conversation. That's when you all need to put your heads together and have a conversation. But you need to include the people that are in the trenches. You need to include them at the table, because I guarantee you 9.5 times out of 10, the solution to the problem is right in front of you. You're surrounded by amazing, brilliant people all the time, and patients included. Patients who've had a long history of illness or are constant, I don't want to call them, what do we call them? Repeat offenders, not that they're offenders, but you know what I mean, that we're constantly treating and treating. They've been there. They know the system. They know how to work it. They know how to not work it. But they're always a witness. They are a witness to what's going on in those hallways. They are a witness to what kind of care that they're receiving and what kind of care they are not. So I say again, get out, walk around, listen, pay attention, be curious. Don't think that, oh, the metrics look good, data looks good. Yep, that looks good today. Yep, we must be doing all right. No, that is not your proof. That is not your proof. Your proof is what's happening in the hallways. Your proof is what's happening with your people, because your people are the business. And once you realize that and you start treating people like human beings, then everything changes. Everything changes. Everybody just wants to feel valued, to feel seen. They don't want a pat on the back or good job, something like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is everybody just wants to be seen and know that they have a reason for being there. It's not just a paycheck. I'm here because I care. I'm here because I want things to be better. I'm here because I want to make a difference. I think
and I think this is a very good point, because nurses, I think nurses will be the solution, because nurses, as I said, in nursing, we are witness to evolution, revolution. Nurses are not giving up nursing. Nurses are giving up the system. They are tired. They're exhausted. They are disappointed about the system. But nurses have knowledge they are able to use outside the system. And so the soon these nurses we become a good number, because there are only few now. We are only few that we are realizing. Those is actually becoming entrepreneur, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, and this is the beauty of the modern nurse fest, that yes, you give nurses voice, and you tell nurses, see, you have skills and you can transfer those skills, and you can make a tons of money by transfer these skills. So what I'm trying to say is, nurses, when we as those who are, let's say, awake nurses, they understand their value, start to be a good number to show to the population that they can be cared outside the hospital, outside the system, then we can create another ecosystem of care. And I think in the moment where this healthcare system that we are having now is collapse, I think then nurses will be the solution, because we will continue to care in a different way, right? But we continue to care. Another thing that I think very much, and I'm very excited to say that because I am a career coach, and because all this changing that will happen so little time now in the next few years, people will be so confused. Healthcare professional will be so confused. So we will need so much leadership coaches and career coaches in healthcare, because we need to guide the new generation of nurses in this midst of all this changing, it's all the event. So, and I think that the conversation that we got here really help nurses understand that there's other option as well.
Oh, absolutely agree 100% with that. Think of all of the nurses, how much experience they have, and where they've gotten that experience from, and what specialties they bring in that knowledge. And that's where we talk again about the new nurses. Who's going to guide them?
Yeah.
You know, you have to be, and that's one of the biggest things too, is you have to be willing to share that knowledge, not hoard it. You know, not this hierarchy that I have alphabet soup behind my name, so that makes me better than you. And we've seen that so many times. And credentials, education, I high five you, applaud you, all of you that are doing all of that. But at the same time, you should be sharing that knowledge. You should be wanting to, if you just got a degree and you come back to your unit and say you have 3 new grads who are trying to find their footing. And my God, we know how hard that is sometimes. You're trying to navigate where do I find this? Where's this supply? Where the hell's the bathroom? What time do I go to lunch? I mean, all of those things that are playing in your mind, that now you're struck with a really sick patient, and you're just like, come to that realization that, oh my God, I'm the nurse. I'm the nurse. I have responsibility for this patient. I have to make those tough calls. I have to provide the care, but I also need to know how to do it properly without being ashamed for asking questions, without being chastised for speaking up, and again, raising your hand. I would much rather someone raise their hand and admit to me that they don't know something than to do something that is unsafe because of it. And there is no shame in this profession asking questions, because we're always learning. We are always learning. And if you can do, and I know some places will have skills fairs and checkoffs and things like that. But are you really engaging when you're doing that? You know what I mean? Is it just, oh shit, I got to go to this skills fair today. It's my day off. It's my only day off. I'm going to spend 5 hours there. Same shit it was last year. Same people. Ugh. You know what I mean? I know that feeling. I friends have had that feeling. And it's if it could just be more intuitive, if it could be more of realistic as to, I know you know how to run a pump. I know how you know how to do this. You know how to do this. Okay, that's out of the way. What are the real problems? What is it that we really need to address as a unit, as a department, that we're feeling? What do we need to talk about? how do we need to talk about it? And again, it needs to be a safe place where you feel that you can talk about it and you don't just carry it with you. Because we always talk again. You see something, you say something. But really, can you say something?
Can I stop you there, please?
Yes, please.
Because we said that before. This is a matter of the leader of the team, right? If the leader care, there is psychological safety, emotional space, so people are more willing to say their thoughts. If they mistake, they're open to say, I've done a mistake, please help me to fix the mistakes. So the entire team work better and there's this emotional engagement. When the leaders is just is there just for the paycheck and is closing the office, they don't care about the team. The team, you see fear, bullying, emotional numbness, all the things. There are many studies already coming out in leadership. So what I said is, if we really want to correct these, we must make the leader aware of what is going on. But the problem is, we are about to see a catastrophe in our care system if we don't open our eyes. And we are people that don't really know what's happening outside their office, right? So, for example, I also leadership coach, but I'm career coach, right? So I work with nurses to create better team dynamic and more healthy team dynamic. I also work one-on-one with nurses to make them feel more confident, to be able to make the better decision in their career and their workplace, how to have a good relationship with the colleagues. But also, you, for example, people like you who can really coach leaders so they can become more open, understanding. So I think the coaching really is needed in nursing because we have enough clinical skills, but we are meant to care and we are destroyer professional because we don't care each other enough. I think we must to educate again about self-awareness, emotional intelligence, cultural intelligence, because we are becoming robots, right? So what you do, for example, what you do with your client, what's your main client type?
So a lot of them is nurses, nurse managers, people in leadership positions, nurses that are just feeling like they're stuck. I'm miserable. I didn't get into nursing to deal with this, and I have this nurse that is unbearable to work with every single day. I dread going to work every single day. It's weighing heavy on me. I'm mentally feeling broken. I'm feeling defeated. I don't have that same fire anymore. I don't have that same desire anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But where do I go from here? Trying to find a job, especially new girls, new men that are new nurses, trying to navigate a new system with no experience. They want, oh, you've got to have experience. Well, first off, somebody has to give me the opportunity to get that experience. So first off, take a chance with people. Don't look at people just for their resume. When you have these interviews and you have these conversations with people, truly look at the person. Look at the depth of that person and look at the possibilities that are endless. Because, especially with someone new, because then you're teaching them, you're I don't want to say molding them. I don't like that word, but you're giving them the freedom to become whatever they want to become. When you give someone that support and that framework, instead of just dropping them in the middle of an island and say, here you go, figure it out. That's when people drown. That's when people are leaving the profession because they don't feel that they've had any support. They don't feel that it's psychologically safe to speak up there. They don't feel that anyone around them is going to give them that support, and they don't feel that they can ask questions because they're judged or they're labeled or they're picked on. I hate that word too, but that's what it is. We see it. We see those unbearable situations, and again, that's where you have to stand up for one another. You have to protect one another and be the bigger person. You may not always like somebody. I get that. I don't like everybody, and everybody doesn't like me. I'm
Exactly.
okay with that. And that's just life. That's humanity.
Exactly.
That's normal, right? But if you're going to be working together, you have to support one another, because at the end of the day, you're there to care for patients. You're there to see others get better, and they deserve to be cared for, but you also deserve to be cared for.
Exactly. And I think the problem of leadership, or at least the first level of leadership in nursing, is that those people is between a hammer and what's it say in English? I forgot. But they are in the middle. They have two pushing force, one from the top, the other
One
from
from
the
the bottom,
bottom.
yeah.
So they don't know how to regulate themselves anymore, and they're scared to speak up because they have the position. They also have bills, they also have family, and they don't want to lose their position. So I think the coaching leadership position is so important. Is what we really need. So I want to thank you for the work you do, because I think it's so important. And when a leader is able to open up and express their feeling, um, ask for help, start to work on themselves, I think is a gift. So I want to really thank you for the work that you do. But I think that the problem is understand that you need a coach as a leader to work better, because you feel the pressure from both sides, from top and from the bottom, and you know how to handle. So you become emotionally numbed because you have so much pressure there. So you steep, you know, in your place and continue to do what you need to do. So it's hard to understand that you need
Abs-
maybe a coach. But
Absolutely. And you do feel like you're stuck. I mean, you're like, God, I'm trying to take care of my team, and then I'm getting it, all this noise from above because I'm not doing this, or I haven't met my quota, or my metrics this month, or the data is showing this, or I'm lacking that. And you're trying so hard to navigate both and keep everybody happy, but also keep your flippin' sanity.
yeah,
You're trying to keep your sanity within all of this, because as professionals and in healthcare, we're people pleasers. We want to fix everything. We want to take care of everything. We want to do the right thing for everybody. And sometimes that's just not possible. Sometimes you have to pick, and you have to pick your battles. Sometimes you just really have to pick your battles and pick your priorities. Where do you stand? But then think also, how does this affect everybody? Not just myself, not just the top, not just the bottom. How does this affect the system as a whole?
absolutely. And I think also that they have a very big responsibility, because they goal at the end, I believe, all level, okay, nurses, their goal is at the end care for the patient, provide the best care possible. So if sometimes you have to say yes to your happy leadership, you have to explain to nurses below you what is happened, why is happened, and why it's important for provide the best care. When you need to also support the nurses that you have below, you have to remind the leadership above you that this is important at the end, because we really like this, we can provide best care to the patient. We will improve data, we will improve productivity. So even something seems a loss, a financial loss for the happy leadership, but if affect positively the nurses below you, you have the responsibility to share to your leadership that this is right for them to improve everything. But it's hard to do this if you don't have a self-awareness that allow you to communicate in a certain way. So I think coaching leadership It's very difficult, but I think is important. One of the important things.
Yeah, but
I
you have
love
to be
what you do.
open. You have to be open to not being right. You have to
Yeah,
be
exactly.
open to saying, okay, I made a bad call here. I own it. Own it. Take accountability. Take ownership of something. And if your tone comes across wrong in a conversation or something, own that. Own that. Go back to that person. Hey, I'm sorry. I know that I may have spoken out of tune, or my tone may have made you feel that I wasn't listening to you or that I was dismissing you. I just want you to know that that wasn't the case. This is just a tough situation, or there's just a lot I'm dealing with right now, and it's not your fault. It's not your responsibility. It's mine. I just want to apologize. And that support alone to your team, to your people, means more than people will ever realize. If you just say, I'm sorry, if you acknowledge that you made someone else feel less than, it changes everything. It builds trust, it builds rapport, and again, you build, I don't want to say allies, but you build your
Right.
tribe,
Yeah.
right? You build your
Yeah.
tribe because people will support you then. People will believe in you. People will look up to you. I would much rather have, said I did something wrong and own it and apologize to somebody than to never say anything about it or to walk away and leave it as it was. Because then what does that person walk away with? That person then walks away with, she don't care.
Yeah, I think it's this actually that it's so simple. But why? Because I've got an idea. But why, from your perspective, why do you think this is difficult? Why that they can't do it, and why
I
they
don't
need coaching,
I
enable
don't know.
to be able
think
to.
I don't know, Dina. I think maybe it's all the pressures. It's all of the physical demands, the mental demands, the everything that comes down from the top. Again, when you're trying, you're in, like the monkey in the middle kind of thing,
Yeah.
the monkey in the middle, and you're trying to navigate it all, and you're trying to keep what we say all the time. You're trying to keep the peace.
Yeah.
You're trying to keep the peace, but at some point there has to be that line. Sometimes you have to have boundaries. You have to draw a line sometimes. But thing is, when you're building trust and you're showing people that you support them, are you always going to give them the answer that they want to hear?
No,
Absolutely not.
you can't do
Absolutely not.
it.
You're
It's
not.
wrong.
You can't. You can't.
It's
But
wrong.
if you acknowledge that you tried, like say somebody wanted the day off and 5 or 6 people are off that day and they're looking to you, I put in all this overtime. I did such and such for you. And, I need this day off. Well, as much as I appreciate that, there's already so many people off that day. I will do my best. I'll make some calls. I'll see what I can do. I truly will see if I can get you that day off. But I just want you to know, more than likely it's not going to happen. Is there another day that we can work something out? If you just try and have that conversation with somebody
Exactly.
and just let them know that I'm trying to work it out for you. I really am. I am trying. And not just pawn it off on someone else to do, or just think that, oh, I'll get back to you. Don't ever do that. Don't say, oh, I'll get back
No,
to you.
because
And
you
I think that,
disappoint straight away. It's a wrong phrase to use. It's not a phrase you can use to negotiate. It's not a phrase that you use to reserve. It's just so dismissive and so disappointing. Don't use that phrase. I
yeah,
really hate
because
it.
that person walks away from the conversation thinking,
She
why did
doesn't
I
care.
even go to her? Why did I even go to that person? I don't know why I even bother.
Yeah,
I don't
and
even know
feel
why I bother.
humiliating as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's feeling
Yeah.
humiliating.
And that
So you,
person is out redoing their resume. That person is finding another job.
yeah,
That person is
exactly.
leaving.
And you you actually one piece at a time you create report, right? But
Mhm.
positive. But one piece at a time you create report that is negative, and at the end is going against you. So I believe they're not able to talk or to share the emotion, to share their perspective. I don't want to say that you have to share your emotion all the time, because maybe you can be misinterpreted. But at least you have to share your rationale behind certain decision, right? You have to explain people what's happening. It's not show to them that you are vulnerable, that you share emotion. You share that, guys, this is happening in every
Be
direction.
transparent.
Yeah, be transparent, exactly. So for me, the point is little bit culture and meaning culture, like where they come from, which country, which culture, because some, especially East culture, they are very strict sometimes with, especially with hierarchy. So depending on the culture, also depending, also I think another pressure is family demand, like financial, I mean, demand. And they may know, they may desperately need their job, their position, because it's bring to them the certain amount of money. So even if they ate a certain point, their position, they still be there because they need it. And and a little bit because for me they're not emotionally mature yet to be in the position. So, and this is, I think, why we should go back to our, letter soup behind our name. You can have all the certificate, master degrees, PhD that you want, but if you are not emotional mature for a certain position, you're not good for that position. Even if you are the clinical skills of the theory, you're not able to fit to the position because you're not able to self-regulate. We have to teach our kids to self-regulate so they be a good grown up in the society, and we forgot for us. So I think this is why coaching is very important. And the more you're specific with your coach, the better is the result. So this is why certain people must come to you, exclusively to you, or the people work better with me, or the people work better with other coaches, right? So coaching will become, for now, still a luxury. Only few people go to coaches because they already have certain self-awareness. They know that they want to arrive a certain level, do something special. So they know that they want a reassurance of a coach that guide them. Okay. And they want to pay because they want so much that result that they want to spend years of their lives or mistakes. They want to get there precise in a certain way. So they self-aware, and for this reason, it's like, you buy a car. You buy a car based on your personal needs, based on your aesthetics need, and based also how many mileage you have to do in 1 year, right? So it's the same. Now coaching is a luxury because, especially in nursing, I would say, because it's just, coaching is just coming. I mean, it's not popular yet. And so only few have this luxury, but coaching in nursing, it will be so in demand in the next 2 years. And this is why I think always, if I have some little bit, I mean, even 5 years as experience as a nurse, especially if you love educate or mentoring, I come to you and say, oh, have you think about did you think about become a career coach or coach for leadership? So, and people remain like with this face of me, say, what you talking about? What is even coach for nursing? So I think there also there's no this awareness in nursing that people can actually lean to a coach that help them to overcome a certain stuck situation, a certain level. So
I think some people think it's a weakness to reach out to a coach.
that's so true, actually.
It's no different than having a therapist. Oh my God, I must be sick because I need therapy.
Oh my God, this is so true. And I tell you why. Because I have many clients and they have super happy to work with me, but they don't. First, I always ask for feedback because, right?
Mhm.
And many are also happy to do the feedback, but then tell me, can I remain anonymous, please? I don't want. And I say, okay, don't worry. I don't want to pressure you. If you don't feel, that's fine, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You're right. Coaches are seeing if you hire a coach, you some people think that you're weak. Actually, the smart
Yeah.
people have coaches. Actually,
Right, right. People
Smart.
think that, oh my goodness, I must be really bad at my job or bad at this if I need a therapist or I need a coach to
So
help me
true.
guide that through this. And it's not that. Sometimes you just need someone to have a different perspective, someone to see it through a different lens, because you've been looking at it through the same lens for so many years or for so long that you only see it this way. And you need someone that's going to see all of it, that's going to see the whole picture and see and bring to you those, wow, wow, you're so right. Oh my God, I didn't look at it that way. I didn't look at that. I never even thought about that. I never even thought about that. And, I worked with several coaches and I always learn something. I always learn something from them. I don't take that as a weakness. I take that as a
Oh,
win. I take that as, wow, you really taught me something today that I didn't realize, or, I knew just enough about, but I didn't understand it fully. So thank you. And there's so many nurse coaches out there. I mean, LinkedIn is full of them,
it's
and
certainly.
they people are really starting to build their coaching businesses and their entrepreneurships from their experiences, things that they've learned from, things that they've been through, things that they've seen someone else going through that they have solutions for. I can fix that. I've seen this happen before. I know how to fix that. Or I
Mhm.
have ideas for you. Let me help. How can I help you get through this? How can I help you see the big picture? Because you've been looking at it again like this for so long that you don't look at the whole picture anymore. And
And
but like you said, Dina, that pressure in
yeah,
between,
exactly.
you're just like, ah, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. I don't know what to do right now. It's like, yeah. So it's not a weakness.
It's not, and actually, people may think that the coaches tell you what to do, but actually, coaches help you to. I mean, coaches give you the tools to see the things in a different perspective. So, coaches, and I want to reassure this: coaches never telling what to do. They always give you the tool that make you working out your thoughts in
Yes.
a way that you find your own specific direction and make it. And I do. Okay, I use the same tools with everybody, but everybody has their own results because the tools are made in a way that help you work out, because all
Mhm.
human we're made in the same way. So we we
Right.
we we function in the same way, right? But we are all
We're just,
unique.
yeah, routine. We're so used to routine.
Yeah, exactly,
And
as well.
breaking that routine is scary.
It's
Change
scary.
is scary. Asking for help is scary. Again, there's that admitting that, wow, I need help. I just need some guidance. I just need someone else to take a look at this. I mean, it's no different than someone coming to you and with lab results or something and say, hey, can you just take a look at these and give me your thoughts and your what do you think? We do that all the time. It's the same
Yeah, I
thing in
mean,
coaching.
in research, no, the peer review
Yeah,
is
yeah,
accepted. So, mhm.
yeah, yeah. So I love what I'm doing. I love that I've took this leap of faith that I can change the world. I
Absolutely.
can make a difference somehow, some way. Uh, again, with experiences, things I've been through, the leadership positions I've had, and I believe we're all leaders. You don't need a title or a
Oh, yes.
credential or something behind your name to say that, because you just don't. You just don't. And I bring 36 years in this profession to the table. And again, it's just sitting down and having those conversations. So many people are just like, wow, I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's just changing their perspective, looking at it differently.
And I actually especially love work with student nurses because I start build the leadership skills from the very beginning. And so it's so beautiful to see how these student nurses start to build projects with their schoolmates at university. And so they build their portfolio since the very beginning of nursing study. And this is so beautiful because there will be the amazing stratospheric leader of tomorrow. So I feel empowered. I
Oh
feel
my God, yes.
uplifted. I feel so well with myself that when I think it's so beautiful to be a coach because you don't tell to people what they do. Just show them how beautiful and valued they are and help them understand what they've got around them so they can make their own informed and well structured decision.
Yeah.
And so yes,
It's
I
preparedness. It's preparedness.
it's preparedness. And I would like to many other nurses start thinking about become coaches, right? We love our
Absolutely.
job.
Absolutely. You can do it as a side gig. You know what I mean? Take your
Exactly.
experience. And if you're in a organization where you have nursing students or whatever, you may not realize it, but you're coaching them. You're
exactly.
teaching them. You're preparing them for their future. And honestly, all of us, all of you have the power to either make someone or break someone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Choose wisely.
Exactly.
Choose wisely.
But I mean, nurses can become wellness coach, though. I mean, we have a degree
We got
in
life
nursing.
coach, wellness coach. There's so many
Oh.
options out there.
So I love career coaching and leadership coaching because it was a love. But I mean,
Because
being
you're
a
already
nurse,
working with brilliant people. You're already
yeah,
working with brilliant people. Like I said, you are just showing them a new path.
yeah,
And like I said before, there's a third path. There's a fourth path. Hell, I have a
yeah,
path that's not even been paved yet, you know? So you just guide them. Pick a path. Let's go. Pick a path. What do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do. Why are you here? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And what do you want out of this life? What do you want out of this profession? Why did you get into this profession?
in the
What
first
keeps
place,
you here?
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
What keeps you here? What makes you want to leave? Sometimes it's just having those conversations, and I hope people are listening right now. Take notes. Write that shit down right now. Why did you get into this profession? Okay.
Yeah,
Why do you want to
exactly.
stay in this profession? What makes you want to leave this profession? And are you looking at this profession wide-eyed, full of curiosity, full of interest, full of hope? Patricia Temple always says hope. I always have hope for this.
Yeah,
So
me too.
if
That's
you're
so
looking
true.
at this profession that way and ask yourself those questions, you'd be amazed at the answers that you come up with.
Absolutely. And I want to tell you this example. So I have one nurse who she really loves theater, right? She loves theater. But she also loves well-being and be a well-being coach. And she does so many things on social media. And she's still deciding, but I always recommend to go. The more niche you are, the better. The more specialized, the better, right? It's like the doctor. The more they are specialized, the more they have a higher salary, right? Because you help with one precise pinpoint, and you can also join if you still want to do clinical nurse and be a coach, you can still merge the thing. I am firmly believe that recycled yourself is the best strategic and fast way to reach success. Right. So she still decide, but I think that what she'll actually excel if she does, working in theater and be a wellness nurse. Why don't you work in prevention? So, what are the specialty that you do in the theater? Working wellness prevention of those specialty, you work in the theater so you can show to your audience, look,
Right,
if you
right,
do this, you won't have the surgery in 5 years, 7 years, 10 years time. I think
right.
she will be amazing. But
I
I
think
think you
I
try
think you're
to
right.
explore
You
as
are
well.
absolutely right. Focus
Hmm?
on the prevention. Focus on what
Yeah,
you can bring to the table that's different than what anybody else can. What makes you unique? What lights your fire? I always say that. What lights your fire? What gets you up in the morning? What
exactly.
keeps you going? What just makes your mind go, wow, that excitement, that remember when you got your first badge, got your new scrubs on, you're looking all fancy, got your new stethoscope. Woo! I'm ready. Remember that
Yeah,
fire?
exactly. But
That's what
also,
so many people need to get back.
yeah, but also things that people need their space to understand by themselves. Because again, as coaches, we cannot say this is I got you. This is the right thing for you. No, I need to guide you so you can discover what is the best fit for you.
Yes.
Because I can tell you 100 times, but if you don't truly understand it, you can truly see yourself in that thing. So you must find, and again, I'm big believer that you must find a job that really fits for yourself, your personal needs, professional needs. I'm a career coach. I'm very against in let me take the first job someone offer me so I have a salary.
Yeah.
Oh no, 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 no. No,
Never
because
settle.
no, so this is why you end up be a bully in
Yeah.
5 year time, sometime even less. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so
I
I
see
think that
Rebecca. Rebecca left a comment. Dina, did you
yes,
see Rebecca's
yes.
comment? So Rebecca says, yes, making a difference, starting with a conversation. Well said. Thank you for discussing this. Appreciate you too. Oh, thank you,
Thank
Rebecca.
you.
Again, yeah, it's just showing them the road less traveled. It's showing the paths, not saying, I think you need to do this. It's never that. Again, that's what takes time is building that relationship, building that trust, because they're investing in you. They're investing in your wisdom. They're investing that you are the right fit for them. And you can, honestly sometimes not be the right fit,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
take accountability for that as well. I do. It just, okay, this I had one. It was not going to work out, and it was a decision that I chose to make. Did I want the money? Could I have used the money? Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. But I knew it wasn't a good fit. It wasn't a good fit for me. And I don't feel that I was able to help this person in a lot of ways that they needed certain help. And again, always know your boundaries, know your
Yeah,
limitations.
that's so true.
It's
Yeah.
no different than knowing your scope of practice, in all honesty, because you are holding somebody's life and their balance in your hands when you do this. So, like you said, just it's not do. It's here.
Yeah.
This is what's available. This is what's out there. This is what I can show you. I'm going to show you a new perspective. I'm going out. This is what I do. This is what helped. This happened. This worked for this person. Have you thought about this? Again, there's so many opportunities in this profession. So sometimes some people just need to realize that there's another door. There,
Exactly. Yeah.
reach for the handle. It's right there. Start knocking.
Yeah, this is why Modern Nurse Fest, and actually, I'm telling you, and this is why we recommend each other because we are creating a network of collaborators, because collaboration is so important. We can grow, we can improve nursing through collaboration. Otherwise, it's a problem. And so I would like to tell if with I'm sure you agree with me. Engage with the audience, to engage with Emily Ninth
Oh,
for the
yes.
Modern Nurse Fest. She did. I mean, she created this event where she brings together amazing entrepreneur nurses, and in these 2 days, really so many good nurses with so many great idea
Oh my goodness.
that
It was such
creates
a good time.
yeah, yeah. So if you didn't participate, you should, I think, reach out to Emily. I believe she's got recording, so you can watch the recording at least.
Yeah,
But
modernnursefields.org. Yep, find
yeah,
if
you
you're not
gotta.
connected with Emily yet, definitely connect with Emily. And I'm not sure when the next one is, but I know this one was online. The one I did with her was in Orlando, or not Orlando, Winter Park, and in person. So there's just, it was so amazing to me, Dina, and I'm sure you probably felt
Thank you,
this way as
Rebecca.
well. But there was so many nurses that were doing things I didn't even know existed. I'm like,
Exactly.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Tell me more. Tell me more. What do you mean? What do you mean? How did you get into this? Be curious. I was so curious and just in awe. And you want to try to get to everybody's session because you don't want to miss anything. But yeah, I am so glad that you were able to attend and to speak and to also experience that for yourself, because it definitely is such an experience. It's such an eye opener too, and Emily is always so pro. I don't want you leaving nursing. If you are ready to leave the bedside, just these are options. These are opportunities that you just don't know that are there. And
Yeah,
when you
exactly.
open your eyes, there's so many ways to use your expertise, to share your knowledge, and to help others, to help guide others to find their path.
Yes, also because again, I know what is will happen in the next 10 years. Bedside nursing, it won't be, I mean, still there, of course, especially now
Of
with
course.
baby boomer become elderly, but we need to work on prevention so much that nursing will grow another phase. And so there is a range of immense opportunity for nurses. So they can do so many things. And I don't know, did you watch The Pit?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No, oh my God,
Oh,
I love it.
I've not watched it. I do not have HBO Max, so I have not watched it. But I have caught many clips, on LinkedIn and Instagram and other social media, whatnot. But no, it looks amazing, and I love him.
Yes, yeah,
Absolutely love him. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to say, so yesterday, I don't remember her name. I'm so sorry. I'm going to check her out, and maybe I put the link. I'll put the comments below, so you know who I'm talking about. But this amazing nurse, she actually very popular on social media. I'm sorry, but I didn't know her before, and I can't remember the name. Sorry, but she is a death doula, which I knew about the death doula. Okay, I knew the role, etc., and I really appreciate them because I think it's one of the toughest role in nursing. And so she was talking about her business of a death doula. She also talking about her program because she helped other nurses to become death doulas. And so I was after her and I was listening to her, and then I have my talk and blah blah blah. We finish everything. After have dinner together, we start to watch The Pit, and we were in this amazing episode that was just about nurses, and I have the goosebumps again
Goosebumps.
button. So it was so good, so good. And what I love is that um, they brought the attention to in the this is we're watching season 2. So in season 1, this nurse was the charge nurse of the emergency department on night shift. Okay, in the season 2, she is a death doula, So I said, oh, look. Anyway, I just wanted to say that nurses can really reinvent and reimagine themselves. I think they just need someone to tell them.
They just need inspired. They just need to be
Yeah.
inspired.
Exactly.
Sometimes, yeah, just to be inspired. Absolutely. No, I think being a death doula would be a very interesting. I did hospice nursing for quite some time, and I was actually my grandfather's hospice nurse. And there's something that goes to the soul of that, to that person, that does that all the time, because it weighs heavy. It really, really does, because you get so attached. You get so attached to them, and you're trying to make end of life decisions and navigating for the family. And so many times they've come to grips with it. They're okay with it, but it's then supporting the family and showing the family the other side of it, out onto the other side of it once they're gone. So it is, I believe that's an amazing.
It's amazing. One of the tougher, I believe, but yes, it's amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
So I have this amazing experience again. Yes, I mean there are so many brilliant ideas and innovation. And when we talk about innovation in nursing, especially now with AI and digital product, etc., people think that innovation is some machine or AI or tech things. Actually, innovation, if you change the system or you improve the system, quality improvement itself is innovation. So I would like that nurses start to think outside the box, because we are really firm. I believe that nurses will be the solution. What do you think?
Oh, 100%. 100%. So many people are so afraid of AI and innovation, and that's going to take our jobs. You can't take the human being out of people.
Yeah,
you can't put that. You can't put that in a computer. You can't do that. You just can't. You can teach that a lot of things, but you can never replicate the human being and that emotional intelligence, that touch, that feeling, that presence that will never go away. So it's learning the tools, because there are so many tools that will make doing our job easier to give us that time,
exactly,
that presence. So no, I think there's so much out there, and I wish I knew more about it. And I would really like to learn more about AI and the tools that are available to, that could, perhaps my business could do bigger things, better things, working side by side with you and all of the knowledge that you have with, the AI and the bots and everything that you're taking advantage of, God, yes, I'll suck you up like a sponge.
But you've got my program inside the community, so you can go for that. And it's in the community. You have access to that, so just go for it.
Yeah.
So it's already 1 hour enough. What do you want to do, sister? What do you want to talk about? Did we go out of the topic? Because I think that if nurses feel so numbed inside the hospital, I'm not for leaving the nursing straight away from the hospital. I'm more for an hybrid way, like what I do. I have, and I explain you why. I work part-time in clinic as a clinical nurse specialist, and I work part-time with Nurses Move, with my coaching firm. Why I do this? Because I believe that people still need nurses, okay, inside the hospital. So we can take away nurses straight away. And also because if you leave the hospital, depending of your innovation, what you want to do, okay? But if you leave the hospital, it's like, at least it's for me as a career coach, it's like I'm detaching myself from the reality. So I need to stay with one foot inside the hospital, so I still know what is happening on the ground in the reality. So for me, it's an hybrid system where I work clinical part-time and part-time as a career coach.
Mhm.
It's actually, I mean, I really can manage my things.
That's what I do, clinical and my business. So yeah, you always want to, I think somehow, some way, you got to know what's going on, especially if you're trying to help others navigate ways. You have to have an idea of what's actually going on in the system.
Exactly.
You just can't base your knowledge on what, people are saying or what you're hearing. You have to be experiencing it. You have to
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So
No, girl, I think it's been a wonderful Sunday. I think people probably have stuff to do, but it's always been such a wonderful way to spend my Sunday mornings. And I love the topics. I love the conversations that we have. And I just always hope that people take away something, that you've learned something from here. You've been inspired, you've been motivated, or you had a question answered that you were thinking about. Just I hope that someone always just takes something away from this, because I feel that,
so.
I mean, I could talk to you for hours. We could sit here all day.
I know, I know. But I think this is good conversation we have. We can still continue. And I also, I ask our audience to tell us what you want to talk about it. Because we
Yes.
already received some DMs and we already have some guests that will coming in. But yes, please be present. We respect your privacy, as we always said. So if you're watching the recording on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, if you feel comfortable in doing so, like, comment, subscribe. But you don't need to be publicly, present. If you feel that you find value in what we say, but you don't want to make yourself public, please DM us, because we are so happy to help you. There's no problem, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all
excited.
open, definitely open for people to. Oh, my hair is making me crazy today. Open for conversations. It's just, yeah, please, if there's a topic that someone is just chomping at the bit about and wants to talk about, my God, send it to us. We'll have that conversation. If you want to be a guest and have a conversation, reach out to us. Reach out to us. That's what these conversations about. That's what these episodes are about. Bringing the reality from the profession into the public eye, and bringing the stories.
I actually would like to say something, because we say no to a couple of people lately, and we're sorry about that. But we are here for nurses and for nursing conversations. So we are sorry that we cannot hear you, but we try to remain with our scope of practice and in the scope of this podcast, the goal we are here, right? So we don't want to be dismissed. We don't want to say because we don't care. It's just because we have a certain audience that come every Sunday to talk about, listen about, conversation about the problem of nursing. So talking about different things we don't think is right even for you, because it's not the audience that you would like to have anyway. Am I right?
Yeah. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for every conversation. So yes, that's the focus here. And the Hierarchy Betrayal is a nursing collaborative, collective podcast. So yes. So yes.
Okay, Mama. Thank you very much. I love you so much. Always.
Oh my goodness, I love you too. Next Sunday, same time, same place.
Yeah.
All right.
See you.
And thank you for everybody that came and joined us today. And we hope to, if you did not catch us live today, that you will watch the recording again, like Dina said, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. Catch it, like it, subscribe to the channel. And as always, be safe. Be safe out there.
Love you all.
Love you all.
See
Bye.
You. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.